You've liked her for 3 years, secretly hoping she'll kiss you when you're drunk, or maybe just brush your hand without meaning to. You've been daydreaming about it, but honestly, it is pointless. Meanwhile, the guy across from you keeps making her laugh. And you sit there like an idiot, unable to find a single thing to say that fits the conversation, only to blurt out something completely different, something you didn't mean to say. Later, at 2 a.m., you stare at the ceiling, replaying their faces and her voice like forensic evidence at a crime scene. And the worst part, it is not being rejected. It is the uncertainty, wondering if you already messed everything up. That confusion gets under your skin, down to your bones, making you hyper-aware of every tiny detail. Naturally, you do what most people do, try to protect your pride. The real pain comes from how subtly things go wrong. You're not rejected in a dramatic way. It is these tiny, awkward moments that hurt. No one talks about this kind of pain. You don't lose her because you're ugly or boring. You lose her because your presence doesn't quite fit the rhythm. Then comes the second wound, especially cruel, because it seems so trivial. You talk to her but avoid saying her name, as if it is dangerous. You say, hey and right, everything except the one word that makes it personal. If this hits home, good, because attraction vanishes in tiny missteps, not big mistakes. If you're never present enough to create familiarity, it shows in the smallest moments. You notice her leaning back slightly, and you unconsciously mirror her. She lowers her voice, and so do you. She smiles at the tail end of a sentence, and your expression softens before your brain even catches up. This isn't fakeness or losing yourself. It is just human. When people feel safe, curious, or quietly attracted, they naturally do this. Honestly, it is where many of us are too hard on ourselves. We think attraction must look smooth, impressive, and controlled. But real connection is messier, more ordinary. It shows up in mirroring postures, matching rhythms, and sharing silence. Reaching for drinks at the same time, inching closer without a word. Then there is the completely counterintuitive part. For years, you might have believed you had to overgive to earn affection. Paying, replying instantly, always being available, helpful, reliable, and smooth. Many do this because giving feels safer than taking. When a small gesture works, it doesn't feel natural at first, even feels unfair. But think about human nature. Someone gives you a quick tip or sends a link, helps you choose between two options, and just like that, a tiny connection forms. Not big, not dramatic, just enough to make them feel like they're in on this. Usually, the thing that sabotages you is pressure disguised as confidence, not from them, but from yourself. You think attraction comes from flawless performance. So the second you say the wrong word or spill a bit of water, pause too long, or blurt something weird, you panic and fix it too fast. Most people miss this. It is not your flaw that scares them off. It is the sense that you're trying to force the interaction. Someone quietly imposing the pressure has to stay polished, charming, and impressive, and the other person is forced to respond. A tiny human slip often does the exact opposite. If you're generally reliable, small mistakes make you more approachable. It makes you more real and a lot less threatening. So when you think you said the wrong thing, or stop pretending, you're smooth. You're not losing points. You're taking the pressure off the exchange. The truth is, when your heart makes you act against your own interests, no one tells you that you don't need to perform more. What you actually need is an agreement. Once you like someone, your brain starts making concessions. Replying too fast, over-explaining simple info, dropping plans to be available. Studying their moods like a weather report on life and death. So start with the simplest, harshest rules. Don't chase clarity from someone who thrives on chaos. If they don't reply, don't send a second softer message. Let the silence speak. If they cancel once, fine, but cancel twice without offering a real alternative. Don't give away your time for free. If you're always driving the conversation, the answer is obvious. Attraction isn't built by forcing momentum where there is none. When you start using techniques, this is even more critical. Tools should protect your autonomy, not make you manipulative or desperate. Showing up consistently doesn't mean stalking their feed or liking every post, replying to everything, or becoming a digital shadow. Naturally, using someone's name doesn't create fake intimacy. Mirroring doesn't mean erasing yourself to please them. A healthier agreement shows physically. Breathe slower than your impulses. If your chest tightens and you want to type a long message, wait 10 minutes. Reread messages before sending and delete anything that screams, "Please reassure me." Stick to your plans. Don't cancel just because they might be free. Don't obsessively check if they've seen your stories. Don't treat every emoji like evidence at a crime scene. The real rule is to match, don't escalate. Match their effort, rhythm, curiosity, and availability. And if you're bold enough to say her name in the comments, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.